Hey everybody. I kind of messed that up. I thought I was recording and live, but guess what? I wasn't. So anyway, I was starting my day this morning and I saw this clip of somebody that I follow who has a service dog. And it was an audio clip. And it was an audio clip of her being denied access to a doctor's office. So I want to share it with you guys. I'm going to stop it just the way I always do, just kind of let it play a little bit, stop it. I took so many notes this morning because I was so irritated by what she was being told by this doctor's office. I think this is a huge problem, and I keep hearing more and more issues like this with friends of mine or other people that are posting on YouTube and other platforms that are having issues with gaining access into places that should allow service dogs under the ADA guidelines. So without any further ado, let me play this. I'm going to just share it with you. And this person's awesome. I love her channel, so support her. But let's get this going here. You got to listen to this.
I wasn't trying to be a pain in the ass. No. I have seizures, I have mast cell, and I have POTS. So all of those things get worse with the heat.
So unfortunately, I have to have you wait outside until I can figure it out. And when you came in, I was almost ready to get you. We were just waiting on that room. But, just so you know.
Yeah, and I had called and I had asked about that side door.
Okay, so apparently she was able to access some side door and called prior to. This is something I do all the time, and it still doesn't clear things up. So what I mean by that is if I have a doctor's appointment and I've never been to that doctor, I will call ahead of time and make sure that they are accessible and make sure that they can accommodate my needs as a full-time wheelchair user, and also as having MS and not being heat tolerant, and just having different issues with not only my mobility, but the amount of times that I need to transfer. So listen to this.
And to be brought in that side door if it's available.
But unfortunately, like you said, if it's available today, we are. But keep in mind, sometimes it's a little hard. So there might be times you're gonna have to wait like today, just until we can get it figured out.
And I had asked him, do you want me to wait in the car? Do you want me to be, in the side door? Do you want me to come in the front? He told me to come in the front. That's why
This is ridiculous. This is like, this is discrimination. That's exactly what this is. This is discrimination.
No, and that's okay, and you can. So for the next time, if you have an option, like to come in without the dog and just wait and come in and tell us, and then we'll just have you go back outside, and then once we can figure out the room.
But I can't leave my seizure alert dog behind.
Well, come on. She literally has to tell this person who this is a doctor's office, I can't leave my seizure alert dog behind, because I have seizures and my dog alerts me.
Okay, is there anybody that comes with you, or can you call in to check in? You can probably call.
See that when I called in, I got sent to an answering service, and he called you.
So do you have a vehicle that you can wait in for the next time?
I can't drive with this.
Okay.
Does anybody? Sometimes my husband can bring me, but I was told that the only time that was available was going to be in the earlier afternoon.
I just want to be honest and let you know the policy is we can't have you wait in the lobby. And like I said, if you have somebody that can come with you and just let them know, like, hey, she's here, just sign you in and give us a good number. We'll call you once they're ready, and then we'll have you drive around.
But when that accommodation isn't available, there has to be some other way. Like the ADA says that we can be seated in two very separate parts. Like if you know that there's someone.
They're asking her to wait outside just in case somebody has an allergy to her dog.
The dog allergy is someone who has to have a service dog.
We don't have, at least not here in the lobby, the chance will be in a room. So you just have to be patient till we figure out a room. Because if all of 20 rooms are taken at that moment, we just have to figure out once it's clean, then we can.
She called ahead of time so to avoid this exact problem. And I have found with myself that it doesn't matter. This is a prime example of what happens. So you're in a vulnerable state anyway, okay? Because you have health problems. You have your dog who is a service dog. It is her lifeline, literally. And she is calling ahead of time, making the accommodations, doing what she needs to do for herself, advocating for herself. And they are not accommodating to her at all. They have 20 rooms, and all 20 rooms are filled.
I can bring you back.
Well,
So
it's not about a room. It's about, when those things aren't available.
well, we choose the room to have you wait in the room. So like today, you're waiting in the room versus waiting in the lobby.
I understand. Check. Thank you.
Do you have your insurance card with you?
It's on my phone. Nothing has changed. Do you
And I'm
still
gonna
need?
bring you. Yeah, I'm gonna bring you a little paper with our email, and I'll just have you send it. I'll get you started on that. And that's just unfortunate. Those are our policies. There's gonna be days that it'll be a little bit of a wait versus like.
She's not talking about waiting. She's talking about they are not accommodating her. She also previously called. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm sorry if you guys get sick of hearing it from me, but this needs to be drilled into people's head. This needs to be like really put out there that there are rights, there are laws that protect people from this type of discrimination. However, you're in a vulnerable state, you have nobody with you, you're in a wheelchair. When you're in a wheelchair, people are up here looking down on you. There's a whole lot of body language behind the intimidation factor. Also, just the stress. It's stressful getting to doctor's appointments because it takes a lot longer for people like myself and like this person who has a disability, and it's like, if any of you have know anybody, or maybe yourself, you have a disability, or maybe you don't have a disability, but maybe you broke your foot or your leg or your arm or whatever, and that it can be stressful. So even just taking it down to basics like that, okay?
They kind of like today.
And I kind of understand, and you're really firm in your stance. I'm just really firm in the Americans with Disabilities Act. That says
I love that. She's firm in the American Disabilities Act because it's the freaking law.
we can't be told to wait outside of the business.
So you don't want to wait at all.
It's not that I don't want to wait.
Okay.
It's that we can't
This is gaslighting.
be made to wait outside.
Okay. Well, I'll get my supervisor, and they can probably come and talk to you. The only thing is, like, I'm just saying, even if it's 5 minutes, you just can't wait 5 minutes at all.
You just can't wait 5 minutes in 111-degree weather. I don't know what state she's in, but it is hot everywhere in the United States. And this is just really just mean. And we're not even talking about service dog issues now. We're talking about human decency.
If
Just
I
to
don't
have an
have,
idea.
if I have a vehicle, I'm happy to wait. If I
Okay.
have another accommodation, if there's a way to come back here, I'm happy to have that
Yeah, and
accommodation.
we'll try that.
But if there isn't, and I'm told to wait outside, like today, I can't do that.
Well, normally
It can
we'll-
cause an emergency.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify.
Mhm.
You're saying sometimes there will be a bit of a wait outside.
Yeah, because of the rooms. I don't know if you want to plan for it for the next follow-up, and we can try to put notes and try our best. But it's like I said.
It's not necessarily just a me issue. I'm a disability rights advocate, so it's an Americans with Disabilities Act issue.
I mean, I can, like I said, I can get the supervisor. You
Totally
can
fine with
discuss it
that.
with her. I
just want to make sure there's a plan in effect, because I'm not always gonna have a car to sit in.
Yeah.
I'm not always gonna be able to sit
Okay.
outside.
Let me
especially
tell
in-
them. I'll have you get started because your appointment already passed,
Yeah.
and I have to go back. But it'll be a few minutes. I don't know how long for them to come and talk to you. They're available, or maybe before you leave. Okay, so I'll just get you started with that.
This kind of attitude and behavior is really disturbing to me because um, she's getting conflicting messages in my mind. It's like, here, let me give you paperwork to fill out. You have to wait outside. But if you can come in here, we have 20 rooms. We don't have a space for you. So it's very confusing as to what's exactly happening here. Okay. And I wanted to share with everybody because I was curious because somebody asked, well, is this illegal? Like, can they do this to her? What are the laws? And if there are any attorneys out there, I would love to know if any advocates out there, like disability advocates, other than people like myself, who, I'm advocating for myself. But I'm just curious if this is something that, is this something that you can complain? If it's a doctor's office, can you complain to the medical board, AMA? Can you complain to your state? Can you complain to, can you file a complaint? Can you sue them? I don't know, let's see. But I wanted to share this with you guys also with just going over the laws again, okay? Because it's very important. And a lot of people aren't aware of the laws, and I get that. But if you're a business, you need to be aware of the laws. There are certain things, certain um, accommodations that need to happen in your business because do you have a restroom that is ADA? Is it accessible? Is there a handrail? I went to a doctor's office and no joke, the handrail was like probably about 3 feet, 2.5, 3 feet higher up than where it's supposed to be. And I'm like, you're a doctor's office. What is going on? I don't know what's going on, but well, I do know what's going on. This right here that, we're discussing is what's been going on. And let's go to this. I went to the ADA site. It's ada.gov. So I encourage everybody to go and just check it out for yourself. All right. So we did this last week. And don't worry, I am also posting part 2 of my interview with Barb that I had on last week with talking about service dogs. And she also has had issues in restaurants and other places with being denied access or being made to accommodate an able-bodied person or a person who shouldn't have a dog, just like a regular dog. And we'll get into that. But go back and listen to part 1. I'm going to post part 2 after this live ends. And I have no idea if anybody is hearing this because I'm not seeing any comments, but I could be doing something wrong on my end. I don't think so, but that is always a possibility. So anyway, I digress. So let's go back about service animals. What are service animals? Dogs. And they have, like I said a few episodes ago, they do recognize miniature horses, okay? But for the sake of argument, we're just going dogs. So service animal are dogs, any breed, any size, and they're trained to perform a task directly related to a person's disability. And that could be something where a dog is taking socks off or turning a light switch on, pulling pants off of you. There's a lot of different tasks that service dogs can do for people with disabilities. I think another thing really important and awesome is they can pick things up from the floor for you. I'm constantly dropping stuff, so that's going to be in my future with a service dog. But anyway, service animals are not required to be certified or go through any professional training program. They are not required to wear a vest or other ID that indicates they are a service dog. However, you really should, because even with everything on their dogs, people are having issues, okay? The vest, don't pet, working, etc., seizure dog, alert dog, that type of thing. They are not emotional support or comfort dogs because providing emotional support or comfort is not a task related to a person's ability. That is, people are like, well, I have PTSD. That's not an emotional support dog. Dogs that are trained to be service animals for people who have PTSD can help alert and comfort. I know I said comfort, but alert in a situation and when a person is going to be triggered, noise, a certain situation, environmental type of situation that might trigger somebody who has PTSD react in a bad way. You have the dog there for that. So it's not, I'm stressed out and I, need my service animal. Okay, so all right. Now where can service animals go? They can go to restaurants, shops, hospitals, schools, hotels. Okay, I'm gonna bounce around to the next tab because this actually, I like this because I was looking all over the place. I'm like, what about allergies? What about this? What about that? And lo and behold, I found this. So, okay, so this again is still ada.gov, and it's under the tab for service animals. And you can go down a huge rabbit hole with service animals on the ADA site. But these are just really, I'm trying to save you time, but if you want to go down that rabbit hole like I did all morning, please, I really encourage you to just look up some stuff. Just get yourself familiarized with it. And I'm probably preaching to the choir, but maybe I'm not. Maybe there's somebody out there who, doesn't know about this and needs to hear this, okay? So allergies and fear of dogs are not valid reasons for denying access or refusing service to people using service animals. When a person who is allergic to dog dander and a person who uses a service animal must spend time in the same room or facility, for example, a school and a classroom, a homeless shelter. I'm also thinking an evacuation shelter. That's a very real possibility. Anyway, they both should be accommodated by assigning them different areas, different locations, either within the room, like if it's a big room, you go on that side, I'll go on this side, or different rooms in the facility. And a place that has 20 rooms, like the place where we listened to the audio clip, should have accommodated her, or there wasn't even a person who was allergic, who had allergies there. This was the potential, okay? Maybe it was one of the staff. I don't know. Maybe they just don't know better, but they should know better, especially if they're a doctor's office. Most important, she called to accommodate herself. And I don't know who she talked to, but they didn't listen. But that is not uncommon. Okay. So I pulled this up also because this was something that really, people bring their dogs, especially small dogs, into the grocery store, into restaurants, in their purse, but sometimes they put them in the cart. I know grocery carts are gross and you get your wipes when you get them and you wipe them, I wipe them down, etc. But still, so our store is required to allow service animals to be placed in shopping carts. Generally, the dog must stay on the floor or the person can carry the dog. So you can do one of the backpacks or, have one of those purses. For example, if a person has diabetes with a glucose alert, he may carry the dog in a chest pack, right? So it is very close to his face to allow the dog to smell his breath to alert him of any change in glucose levels, okay? Now, and here's another question. And I just wanted to touch on these two because this is something that Barb and I talked about. This question, again, still on ada.gov. Are restaurants, bars, and other places that serve food or drink required to allow service animals to be seated on chairs or allow the animal to be fed at the table? Okay, so the dog trainer in me is like, no, dog, in any restaurant at any time, first of all, should be sitting at the table or eating or being served food, unless it's like a dog cafe type of thing. There are those, and that's fine, and that's a completely different story. But, you know, a service animal is supposed to be trained to go under the table, to be out of the way, so that the animal is not only close to their person that they're helping, but also they are out of the way of everybody. You know, they're not in the way of wait staff or just people walking by, patrons. And it goes on. There's, 30 something of these, probably 40. Or it goes all the way, let's see, down to 37. Okay, so almost 40. But anyway, let me see, let me make sure I am not sharing this tab. You guys should be screaming at me, or maybe you are screaming at me. But anyway, these are all on the ADA's website, where you can find the definitions of a service animal, the basic rules, if you need certifications, everything that you are able to do with having a service animal. And honestly, if you own a business, you really need to be aware of these things. It's and here's the thing that really upsets me also. Like, I feel like she was being talked down to, and maybe that's just me. I don't know. I just feel like, why are you kind of gaslighting her? Why are you saying, oh, you don't want to wait outside then, or you want to wait outside, and the person is completely ignoring her when it comes to the ADA laws, when it comes to the fact that it's 111 degrees out. And it's just, as a human being, it's wrong, but it's also illegal. It is against the ADA laws. And I just, let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to cover about this. Because like I said, I just started writing things down. Let's see. Yeah, they're like, oh, we'll try our best, but you didn't when, again, she called, set it up. But anyway, I just want everybody to be aware that this is a reality and this shouldn't be going on. These are protections that we have under the ADA. So please go to the ADA's website. It's ada.gov. Check it out. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I've been going on for like 23 minutes. And again, I don't know if anybody's listening, but hopefully you are. And, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys really just listening and supporting my channel. The best way to support my channel is to subscribe and share it and like it, and you can leave reviews too. I've got some good reviews out there, so I welcome you to add more reviews and make sure you're subscribed. A lot of people don't realize, oh, you're not subscribed. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I love you, and have a doggone positive day. Bye.